your side.
New details tonight in a police-involved shooting that left a Cincinnati man dead. 9 on Your Side's been on scene all night to cover this story for you. We know now 2 officers were involved in that shooting.
Police say Roger Raimondo refused to drop his weapon during a struggle with police in Clifton. 9 on Your Side reporter Natasha Williams joins us live now with more on what we're learning tonight. Natasha?
Carol, police are still trying to piece together exactly what led to the shooting that killed 32-year-old Roger Raimondo here on the back balcony of Arlen's bar. But for one woman who was inside the bar at the time, is something she'll never forget. Police rope off the area closest to Arlen's bar, controlling who comes in and out while they comb the area inch by inch looking for evidence. It all happened on the back balcony. Mary Benedetti was just inches away.
The bar was at that moment evacuated. Everyone who was in the bar came out, and a lot of police went in. And just at that moment, we heard 3 shots.
Benedetti, a professor at UC, was at Arlen's having a working lunch when she was caught in the middle. Her typical day turned upside down.
And then almost immediately there were ambulances and sirens, and he was taken away.
So you saw them take away the
Yes,
gentleman.
yes.
What was that scene? What was that going on like that?
It was actually fairly calm. There were a lot of police, but everyone seemed to have the situation under control. The people who had been in the bar were asked to stay, and we were all seated at that point.
Police got the call just before 3 Wednesday. Witnesses told them a man who was believed to be mentally ill was waving a gun.
A group of officers responded. They contacted the individual. A struggle ensued, during which more than one shot was fired.
The suspect was struck several times and died from his injuries. 32-year-old Roger Jeremy Raimondo had been coming to Arlen's bar for the past 6 or 7 years. The neighborhood bar just a few blocks from his home. For Benedetti, why it all went down, why he had a gun, why at Arlen's is for now too difficult to comprehend.
It's very unusual for this neighborhood. Obviously, the person must have had a mental illness, and it's so sad that that happens here.
Now, one of the officers involved in this situation was injured by a taser. Now, coming up tomorrow, both officers have been placed on administrative leave, which is standard procedure when a shooting happens like this. Also, Acting Police Chief Paul Humphrey will be holding a news conference tomorrow morning. Reporting live from Clifton, Natasha Williams, 9 on Your Side.
Thank you, Natasha. Neighbors who live near Roger Raimondo are, of course, talking about what happened today. Dan has lived in Clifton for 9 years, right next door to Raimondo. Raimondo was not new to the neighborhood. He'd been there longer than Dan, who says Raimondo was always nice to him, but seemed a bit troubled recently.
He did say something a couple days ago. He says, "It's kind of been a rough time lately, but I'm making it," or something to that regard. And I said, I wasn't going to question him on that, but I said, you know, that sounds a little significant to me. I know he's been struggling with some things, but violence, you know, I don't understand it.
Cincinnati Mayor Mark Mallory tonight issued a statement about the shooting. He asked that people keep Roger Raimondo's family in their prayers and respect the 3 separate investigations that are now underway.